Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make an Italian classic, eggplant rollatini, but I'm going to make a lighter version of it. Now, what it is traditionally is thin slices of eggplant that have been battered and fried, which are so good, and then stuffed with ricotta cheese and mozzarella, which is so good, and then it's baked in the oven all together. Awesome. But we're going to make a little lighter version of it today. It's going to be just as delicious, just as filling, and it's really going to be, well, I don't know if it's better, but just as good as the original. Let's go over the ingredients so we can get started. You're going to need some part skim ricotta, some basic tomato and basil marinara, a fresh eggplant, some mozzarella freshly shredded, 1 egg, some basil, parmigiano reggiano, salt and pepper, and you're going to need a little bit of olive oil, not much. Now what I'm going to do is basically, instead of frying the eggplant, which I know is so good, I'm going to thinly slice it and I'm going to grill it, and then we're going to stuff it and bake it in the oven. It's going to be absolutely delicious and you're not going to feel guilty after going for seconds, I promise. Alright, first thing you want to do, preheat oven 375, out of the way. Second thing you want to do, take a grill pan, put it over medium-high heat and let that preheat because you want it really hot when you put the eggplant down. So next what we're going to work on is the filling because we want the filling ready. So I'm going to take some part skim ricotta. In this case, I'm using part skim instead of whole milk. You really don't notice the difference. It's delicious, and you know what? You save a lot of calories and fat. So now I'm going to put in some mozzarella, and I am using full fat mozzarella, but I'm really using a little bit. I'm using about a 1/4 cup in the filling and just about a little 1/4 cup or so to the top, just to make it, melt and brown a little. I'm going to use 1 egg, and the egg really is just to bind the whole thing together. And I'm going to use some parmigiano reggiano, which, let's face it, it's absolutely delicious, and it's a strong cheese, so you don't really need that much. That's good for the inside, and we'll sprinkle some more on top before it goes into the oven. And I'm going to season it a little with salt and pepper. Not too much salt though, because we do have the salty cheeses in there. That'll do. I'm going to just slice up a tiny bit of basil because I want the basil to also go inside the filling. Just going to stack these up, roll them like a cigar, and just using your knife go back and forth. And you have a chiffonade of basil. Simple as that. I'm just going to mix this together. We have our mixture done. So put that out of the way. Now another way we're cutting some fat and calories out of this, which I hate to use that term because it makes it sound like I'm some kind of a diet freak, which I'm not. I'm using a basic tomato and basil marinara instead of a meat sauce, which is more traditional. Now I have a big eggplant here, and when you buy eggplant, you want to look for a nice firm eggplant, one that feels kind of heavy and no spots, no brown like soft spots. That means it's bruised. I don't like that. And what I did was just cut a little off the top and off the bottom. And I'm just going to give this feet because it's rolling around and it can be very dangerous. So I'm just going to slice a little bit off the bottom to make it flat, just like so. And I'm just going to cut slices of it. Not too thin. That's perfect, because if you make it too thin, when you go to grill it, it can fall apart easily. If you make it too thick and you grill it, well, it won't roll. You have a very difficult time like rolling it once the stuffing is in. So just about between an eighth and a 1/4 inch thick. That's absolutely perfect. It's exactly what you're looking for. And if you just slice it the way I'm slicing it instead of this way, you'll have better control. So just go ahead and slice the whole thing up. This is my last slice, but it's kind of going to be difficult to make 2 slices out of it. So I'm just going to go like so and just get rid of the very top because I don't want all that skin because it can be bitter. So we have our eggplant here. Get rid of this stuff right there. And now what I'm going to do is just take a little olive oil, which is about a tablespoon in here. And I'm just going to brush each side of the eggplant. Just lightly like that. That's it. Just keep slicing, and then I meet you guys back. Just keep brushing it, and I meet you at the stove, and we'll start grilling them up. My grill pan's really nice and hot, which is exactly what I want. I have my slightly oiled slices of eggplant. That's what you want to hear. It's a good sound. Just going to put them down. Gonna have to do 2 batches because this eggplant was huge. Yeah, I'll do 2 batches. And this is just gonna go for a couple minutes on each side until you get nice grill marks and it's just about all the way cooked through. My eggplant have been grilled and I'm just leaving them to cool for a few seconds. And I'm just gonna take the little bit left from the 1 tablespoon of olive oil and just the bottom of my dish, set that aside. Now, I'm gonna show you guys how to do this. Doing 1 at a time, you can do 2 at a time, doesn't really matter. Take your eggplant, which is beautifully grilled, and just take some of your filling, push it to the one side, just like so, and then just roll it. But you don't want to pack it, okay? You don't want to like squeeze down on it. Just do that. And I'm just going to do the rest of them. You can just see another one. Just like that, and then lightly just roll it, like so. That's it. Just put them all in the pan. Last one. Let's just put that in there. Okay, that's perfect. Now I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of salt on the very top because we didn't salt the eggplant. And the reason why I didn't salt the eggplant before putting it on the grill is because I didn't want any extra moisture to come out of the eggplant. Don't want that. So now I'm just gonna spoon over our basic tomato and basil marinara, which is of course the one that I make all the time, and I have a recipe for it on my website at www.laurainthekitchen.com. About 2 cups worth, just evenly, just like so. Perfect. Now I'm just gonna take this basil I have left over. I'm just gonna tear it. You can cut it if you want to, but just gonna tear it like so. And we're gonna do some more Parmigiano Reggiano over the top. Now, this is another really fantastic vegetarian dish that it's so filling and satisfying. You'll never miss the meat if you're a meat eater. And I do think that you should have, whether you're a meat eater or not, at least once or twice a week where you have a dinner that doesn't include meat. Sprinkle over the last 1/4 cup of shredded mozzarella. And this is going to go into your preheated oven, 375, for about 20 minutes until it's nice and hot and bubbly and the cheeses have melted and it's so ooey gooey delicious. Here we go. Just took this out and it's perfect. It's exactly how you want it. Nice and golden brown, bubbly, yummalicious. Really should let this sit for just a little bit, but just want to try one so you guys can see. Oh my God. It's cheesy and delicious, but we can feel very good about eating it since it's not deep fried. There's no meat sauce. Yum. I hate a dirty plate, but I just really want to give this a bite. And it will stay together much better once you just give it a chance to cool for about 10 minutes. I'm going to scorch the roof of my mouth. I know it. Hot. But so good. Wow. Very creamy. Very rich yet light. I know it's a strange combination, but it works. It works really well. I hope you guys have enjoyed spending time with me. To get this recipe and other recipes, check out my website, www.laurainthekitchen.com. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.